Once upon a time, many decades ago, the lieutenant governor came to the Capitol when the legislature was in session, presided over the Senate, and then went home. Now the lieutenant governor has more or less evolved into a full-time job with a staff. Will you, as lieutenant governor, make it a full-time job? Will you require a staff to include security?
Oh, to include security. You know, I hadn't thought about that yet, Steve. I do pretty well roaming around the state by myself right now. I'm not out to make the lieutenant governor a full-time position. I understand that the lieutenant governor, job description would not require a full-time job. Like I mentioned before, am excited about this position to be able to advocate for policy across the state that would benefit the average Arkansan. Proactive policy before they need systems like the foster care system or the criminal justice system. I am really looking forward to just being able to be a voice for Arkansans. I'm not looking to make this position any more complicated than it already is.
Ms. Rutledge, 1 minute.
Well, as those who know me in Arkansas know that I don't do anything halfway. And so I'm going to put that same effort into being lieutenant governor that I've done as attorney general. I wake up about 4:30, 5 o'clock every single morning, and we hit the ground running. We're going to take that to the lieutenant governor's office to make sure that we have the staff and personnel necessary to answer questions from Arkansans, to give them the help that they need. Already at the Attorney General's office, we increased the number of people we serve. We used to get 200 to 300 calls per week. Now we get 2,000 to 3,000 phone calls per week while utilizing the same number of staff. We're going to be more efficient than the Lieutenant Governor's office has ever been. And that is going to require us to work hard, to get up early and to stay up late. And that's what I've done as the Attorney General. That's what I will keep doing as the Lieutenant Governor to ensure that we're serving all 3 million Arkansans.
Mr. Gilbert.
I think as Lieutenant Governor, I would probably get up in the morning, check the newspaper, local radio and television, maybe check my news feeds and see if the governor had been indicted or died overnight. If not, I'd probably roll over and go back to sleep. We don't need a $46,000 a year featherbed job. And I would use my time as Lieutenant Governor to fill that bully pulpit that Teddy Roosevelt spoke of. And for me, that pulpit would be the Arkansas Township Amendment. It gives us the opportunity to bring governance to the people, to allow our motto, the people rule, to actually be taken seriously for a change. And I would work on issues like that and save the state some money. No staff.
Ms. Kraut, 30 seconds if you wish.
I just want to say I'm glad Frank's here. I like you and I think you're fun. I would work very hard, obviously, at the position of Lieutenant Governor. I can work hard with it being a part-time job. I am also, raising a family. I will have a job outside of this. But what we can do is spend a lot of time advocating for the people of Arkansas. One of the issues that is nearest and dearest to my heart is the foster care system. I spent many years serving as a foster parent. I think there's a huge lack of awareness about what we can do to improve the foster care system. At any given time, we've got upwards of 5,000 kids in foster care, not nearly enough families, so we could do a lot for awareness for that.
Ms. Rutledge.
And as Lieutenant Governor, I want to be the economic ambassador for Arkansas to ensure that we're not only attracting new businesses to come bring in 400 and 500 jobs to a community, but also to help our businesses who have been in those communities for 25 or 30 years, working with the Economic Development Commission to provide grants for those businesses to add 5 or 10 more jobs, because those are the businesses that are making sure that we have school sports programs and propping up the organizations in those local communities, helping those small businesses across Arkansas.
Mr. Gilbert, the next 30 seconds are yours, sir.
Again, a bully pulpit is all I can see the usefulness of the Lieutenant Governor's job for. There are already agencies that are covering the areas that the Attorney General has talked about. It is time for us to not spend any more money that is wasted. And if you elect me your Lieutenant Governor, I won't waste any of your money or your time.